Hello there people, this is Christian, welcome back to my computer and Fusion 360. And this basic exercise, I think it's an AutoCAD exercise, very simple shape. Let's have a look at it. You can see the dimensions. Of course it's an exercise, so it's over dimensions. You have 90 and you have 90 once again, and you have 40, 10 and 40, and this should be 90, and is you shouldn't normally drawing a double up dimension, but there's something else. Let's look at this purely as an exercise and have some fun with it. So I have, let's move OBS behind like that. I will have done it twice here. Same thing. This is the first workflow we'll do. Yeah, you can see the sketch is very basic. And this is the other one. And the sketch is only a line. So I create this full body from this single line. Of course this is stupid, but it's fun. And the whole idea is for you to think. These are like body again. These are two extreme versions of what you can do. You can find a lot of things in between here, and you can mix up things. The only thing I must say, you should avoid start with 3D sketching if you're beginning. Do not use 3D sketching for this. This is very simply sketch on two planes. You should keep things on the original planes as much as you can. 3D sketching can be useful, but not for things like this. So we're gonna start by doing this with these basic sketches. So we're gonna create a new design. Let's take this nice and slow. I recommend, if you're gonna use this for something else, you should create a component. Let's just call it bracket. The good thing with that is that you compartmentalize things. You keep them compartmentalized. So let's open up and have a look. So first step, let's zoom in a bit. Most information is here. So we're going to create a sketch. Create a sketch in the menu. We're going to click on the, what we call it, XY plane. So we are looking from the top. We're going to start with this shape here. That, of course, is a slot shape. We have that already made. Yes, we could sketch lines and circles and stuff, but we have the center to center slot. So let's use that. Now, I do not do it close to origin. I do it some bit away. Yes, do it slightly in angle too, so you can do everything in this video. Step one, we want to lock this horizontally. So let's constrain horizontal vertical like that. We can do a constraint, a midpoint. We're going to lock this down to the midpoint of the region by using a midpoint. So you get it symmetrically, because there's a symmetry to everything here. We're going to hit D on the keyboard to start adding some dimension. Nicely enough, they did the center dimension here. So we're going to do that. This was 90. Then of course we can dimension a couple different ways. You can say they have pointed out 50 millimeters here, and then at the same time they pointed out that the radius is 25, and that gives the same result if we have tangent sides here. So we can simply take this here and do 25. Open up a sketch and have a look, and little lock symbols up, so means we have locked down all our dimensions, and we are missing the two circles. So let's hit C on the keyboard, or you can do circle up here. Going to do one circle here, one here, and we have two circles. They have the same size, so you're going to use the equal constraint between them, and D on the keyboard for dimension, and but once again it was 25. So by doing that, we have put all the information we need here. Yes, I'm going to finish sketch, keep things clean, create a new sketch. Now on the ZY plane, there's one, this one here. That's perpendicular to this, and we're looking, I'm going to slightly rotate the sketch. We're going to better look like that. Yes, we can start sketching immediately, but I like to use some of the things from the previous. So I'm going to hit P on the keyboard for project. I'm going to project in these two lines here. Hit OK. And I'm going to do a line. So by doing this, I don't need to add the 50 millimeter dimension. Let's move this over a bit. It's 50 millimeters here, so I don't need to do that. So let's do look at, so look straight at things. It makes things a bit easier. We're going to go, let's use Fusion slightly, helping us adding our constraints. You can see if I move here, I get the little square corner showing I have 90 degrees or perpendicular. So just use that, move it up, hold down the mouse button, and we can do the arc But I will not just randomly release it here. I will move it down to this point down here. Move it straight up. You see I get a small helping line. Keep on moving until it pops up. You can see it slightly locks in place here. So if I release there and then go straight down to here, I get the tangent constraints and things get nicely perpendicular. The only thing is it doesn't know the orientation of this line here, so I can do it horizontally, vertically. This is horizontally, or I can do a perpendicular constraint between these two lines, like that. And of course, we're going to have a circle here. And we need some dimension. It's dimension 50 mm from the base up to the center. So let's hit D on the keyboard. This dimension here should be 50. And the diameter of this hole is 25. Does it look correct? 25, 50. Yes, so we don't need to add anything more. We have two fully constrained sketches. We're going to finish sketch. And now we're going to hit E on the keyboard for solid extrude. And simply select the profile here. And the thickness was 10 mm. Once again, E for extrude. This here. This time we're not going to do one side. We're going to do it symmetric. We're going to select the whole length of the full width of extrude, and that's going to be 10 mm again. Fusion always options in to do cuts if there's a body in the way, but we're going to do a join. Hit OK, and we can now, as you can see, my sketches didn't hide because I've turned off auto hide of sketches in my preferences. That's why my sketches are still visible after the extrude. Let's hide the sketches and have a look. That is the most obvious way to do this. We have one single body, and these are the sketches. They are really easy to see and understand. It's easy to go back and change dimensions and stuff. So this is really good. But then sometimes it's a good idea to take a simple exercise like this and twist it around. See if there are other ways you could do only sketch from one direction and so forth. And of course, we can do this stupid version where the sketch is only a line. So we're going to do that. Once again, we're going to create a component. New component, just to keep things sorted. Bracket 2. Oh, I can't spell. Let's correct that. Like that. Open up our component and we can see this component is now active. We create a sketch and we're going to do it from the top once again on the XY plane. You can do one single line. You can do it like this. Finish. Horizontal, vertical. Yes, please. It's going to be horizontal. Constrain it midpoint. This line to here. I'm going to finish sketch. That's all we're going to sketch. One single line. And we're going to do extrude. And of course, there's no profiles, nothing to select, but we can switch over to thin extrude. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. We're gonna first do the base section, the part down here. So the thickness of that extrude is 10 mm. But we're gonna do wall thickness. It's gonna be center, and the wall thickness is gonna be 90. We have 90 here, and of course this is 25 here, so that's plus 25 plus 25, and hit OK. Very nice. Let's open up and have a look. We have why is my sketch not fully defined? What did I miss? Oh, I forgot dimension, of course. Sorry. This, of course, is supposed to be 50. Why did I miss dimension? Yeah, anyway. That confuses sometimes when lines turns black before they have a dimension. I don't know why. But anyway, now we have a fully defined sketch. And we can keep on working. This work is so stupid, so I forget what I'm doing. We did extrude. E once again for extrude. Switch over to the thin extrude. Select the line here. Now the extrude dimension is going to be, let's have a look, 50 plus 25. So it's going to be 50 plus 25. The width of it is going to go center, and this time it's going to be 10 millimeters. And note cut. Once again, we need to switch over to join. So you see, we are getting somewhere. How do we now round off the things? We hit F on the keyboard to start the fillet command. Normally you get into normal fillets, but we're going to switch over to full round fillet. like that. And we move the mouse over to the face we want to round off, this one here. You can see it highlights adjacent faces, and in this case it's going to make the fillet from the top to the bottom face, but we want to do it along this. You see it highlights the side faces. Gonna click there, yes please. The plus sign, go up here until it highlights the side faces, plus again, turn around, do this here. You see I wait until it highlights the faces on the side of the body, and by that we have done the fillets everywhere here. And now we're gonna do some holes. Gonna do a hole on this face. Check the dimension down here. It needs to be 25. Distance can be all or simply a distance. It says 10 here. To be the safe side, gonna switch up to 15. You can do it all, of course, also. Let's do that. And now the position. Let's take that and drag it around. You can see we have some positions here with nice answers, and this here is concentric to the fillet you just created. So gonna hit OK. We can now use mirror, or yeah, we can do the hole command once again. So let's do a hole on this face. The dimensions will stay here. We're gonna switch it over to all once again. We're gonna take this and drag it around until we find the correct point, and the hole gets locked in place. Hit OK, and once again a hole command up here, and we're gonna move it around until we find 25 millimeters and 10 millimeters cut through, or all if we want to do that. So by doing that, we are creating the same thing twice. We can check it. If you right click and select properties, you can see the volume here is 79,726.2156. And okay, let's move over to our where we have three sketches. Right click the body, properties, 79,726.2150. Yes, the volume is the same. Even we've had 1, 2, we have 5, 6, and we have 9-digit precision. So that should be good enough. And so by that, we did the best way to start things, sketch things up, and when we had the stupid workflow with only one line. So this is just for the fun of it. So you can most probably find other ways to do this and play around with things on how you can create something like this and drive it and make everything fully defined. That said, hope you learned something. Take care, see you around, and goodbye.